Uh-huh. What is you doing in this bag, girl?
Well, you know, just occupying space. Probably would have had a slower day with that meeting.
Sean quick.
I know.
Ain't nothing sweet. We were in the hospital, and how did we end up here? That's the real question. We'll unpack that a little bit. Y'all get to see that. But welcome back, man. Thank you guys for giving us a little bit of your time. This week, we got a curveball.
Definitely curveball.
Major curveball.
Yeah.
But we good.
Yeah.
We good. Like we know the Lord got us, and then we got each other.
Of course.
And so we're gonna make this thing happen. What transpired over the last few days? Kind of give us a little understanding of that, Sean. Like, how did we end up right here at the hospital? Sure. What's up with that?
Well, as you guys know, our birth plan was to do a home birth. So we started off at a birthing center there in Springfield. And when we transferred here to Kansas City, we found us a midwife.
True.
Yeah, we did. That was exciting.
Solid. Let's get it.
But here's the curveball. We met the midwife for an initial consult, meet up, all that good stuff to get to know her on a Sunday. She was doing her normal checks. Everything was going smooth. And then she checked my blood pressure.
Not the blood pressure.
Yep. And let me just add, my blood pressure has been fine up to this point. A normal blood pressure would be under 140, over 90. Anything under that, it's fine. And mine has been way beneath that. And so we saw some things that was high, and our midwife suggested that we go in and see an actual OB.
Yeah. We about to see, we're headed to that appointment.
Yeah.
And up until this point, really, before we play this game, up until this point, we were like, this midwife, she got it wrong.
Right.
Like, bro, we own this. Like, we work out, we eat good. Sean been killing her water game. She been killing it, drinking tons.
I don't like water.
She don't like water. She been drinking tons of water. So we like, this, she don't know us. Nah, this can't be right. Maybe Sean and I was kind of beefing the last 2 days before she came. Maybe it was like, all right, that's what it was. We was just at odds with each other. We were studying to get our securities license. It was like, man, it was a lot going on.
It was, yeah.
Check this out as we're headed to the doctor.
It's a cramp.
Sure? He ain't been on your cycle forever. What you talking about?
Shut up, James.
Not no crap. The baby's coming today.
Oh, yeah.
Real quick. At this part, it's about to come up right here. If they got a weak stomach, what should they do?
Should pause it or fast forward.
Fast forward. Fast forward about 4 or 5 seconds. You don't want to see this part. Feel that cramp.
Yeah.
Sure. That was real.
It was.
It got real. So when you got there to the hospital for the appointment, what happened? Like, so when you went up there, what did they say? What was going on? Because I couldn't get in. I was trying to get in. And they were like, who are you? I said, my wife is in here. They were like, no. Look.
COVID, James couldn't come up. And so I had to kind of meet with the doctor on my own. But ironically, we were going for just a consult to check on the blood pressure. But not only was the blood pressure being checked, I was also having some contractions and some nausea and vomiting, which is just another curveball.
Yeah. Now, y'all heard in the video she kept saying it's cramps. It was contractions, not cramps.
Right.
Contractions, not cramps. That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I thought it was Braxton Hicks.
Yeah.
There, you know. So, yeah, I was just being triaged. And so James had to wait in the waiting room until we figured that whole thing out.
You good, babe?
Yeah.
So,
Kind of a yeah, my blood pressure has went up a bit, but I think it's because I'm in pain. They gave me a Visceral a while ago, which is kind of like a Benadryl. Yeah, it's supposed to calm you. And ain't really kicked in yet, if that's the case.
Right. So how long they say you're supposed to run those tests and do all the other stuff? You got it. Just breathe. There you go.
Like I said, it was supposed to take about 30 minutes for those tests to come back.
Okay.
It should be almost time for.
All right. Well, whenever they come back, just hit me up, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
All right, girl.
Bye.
Bye. It's crazy, bro. So, not let me in with the little COVID situation, but it's all good. We'll figure it out and let y'all know what's what. And when they get the results back, we'll FaceTime me and we'll see what's up. So y'all take it easy.
That's good that the contractions are slowing down. So, definitely some observation. Hopefully they'll let you back there soon again. So I know she probably wanted to next door.
Yeah, so she said they were looking at that. She said they'll know something. They were waiting for the results to come back and see if they need to admit or not. They said once they admit, I would be able to, but in the triage room, they said not so far. So.
Okay.
So she said they'll let her know in just a moment when they gonna move her to an actual room and this, that, and the third. So. Yeah, we'll figure it out, and yeah, I'll let you know what's what.
Okay. I'm pretty available, whatever happens, if we have time to come up with a plan, I'm pretty available to, kind of move as necessary. So just let me know.
Okay.
But you're doing a great job, James. I know that. I know I joke a lot, but I really am. You're doing good. And she needs you, to stay calm. She needs you to be your calm self, but also just kind of be there for her. So as you get, information, let me know. And if it's anything that comes up and you're like, I don't even know what they talk about, just text me.
Okay.
I can. Okay.
All right. Appreciate you.
All right. Talk to you soon.
For sure.
Walking through.
Shout out to Brandy, the doula, the dopest doula around. Your Tribe Family Services. I'll see her over the next several videos. Yeah. She a character. That's the homie. But she helped me out as well. Gave me some insight on what to think through, what to talk through, how to be there for you. But what was going on back there? Because I didn't have the full camera with me because I didn't think we'll be going for much. So I didn't record the last because the battery had died on the GoPro that I was using. Right. So what was from the labs or the tests that they had for that 30 minutes, what did they come back with? Yeah, so
after, going in to see the doctor, he checked the blood pressure and it was still fairly high. But that alone is just gestational hypertension. Some further testing. And so that's when we went to the triage. And while we were in there, we were waiting for results. They hooked up a lot of stuff on me, trying to check the baby's heart rate and, trying to monitor if I'm still having contractions and all that good stuff. Well, in the mix of that, the blood work and all of that came back. And they checked the urine as well, and there was actual protein in my urine, and which means it goes from gestational hypertension to preeclampsia. Yeah.
Gotcha. Like hearing that and
yeah,
thinking like, what was that whole like coming to grips with that? What was that like?
Yeah. Again, it's kind of devastating because we thought that we were doing everything right, in which you know, after doing research, educating again, it's not necessarily something that, you know, you do. You can't self-blame on that.
Sure.
These things just happen, so they don't have the answers in its entirety about preeclampsia, but they do know high blood pressure, protein in the urine. The pregnancy itself is just not going well or functioning right with your kidney or liver, and so with those, they wanted to keep me overnight, and so that was kind of the transition there.
Man, that's where we were. So the bad side about that was just the diagnosis. Like, oh man, this is seemingly like our plan that we had is not gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's like 80% sure that it's not gonna happen, right? And so that was tough. But then the good part about it was that, okay, now that we hear that, we now can develop a different plan.
Right.
You're now admitted, so now I no longer have to sit in the waiting room. We can get back there together and talk through some things and just be there for one another then.
Yes.
And so, just check that out. Finally getting back there and getting this thing rolling. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can come back. Your code will be 1014, and we're going to be in room 2234.
1014, 2234?
Yes.
How you doing? They just admitted my wife in the room. She gave me some kind of code. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to punch it in. 1014.
Just spread that sticker up where we can see it.
All right.
She's in 2234.
That's correct.
There's a green dot up on that door when it's unlocked.
Okay.
And when it's unlocked, you can go through it.
All right, sounds good. No problem.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
No problem. How's it going?
Hello, how are you?
Pretty good.
Good.